Hey y'all, it's Brooke and the Bell, Brooke Thomas, Sean Bell. Brooke and Bell, we're back talking about everything you're talking about this week. Everything we've been fighting about in our text messages. Actually, we have not been fighting in our text messages. It's just really funny for me to tell you that we have been.
Because eventually we're going to fight.
Eventually.
We haven't been fighting in the text messages, but we're going to find a reason, even if we kind of agree with each other, to fight right here and now.
We're going to find that's what we do for your entertainment, okay? Our pain, your gain.
We got a lot to talk about, and I just want to say, just to give you a heads up, I may get canceled by the Black community and the male community. And
oh no.
Yes, my male code may get revoked, and my guy code and my Black card may get revoked today.
Okay.
I'm sick of all of them right now.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I asked you whether we should start off serious or start off fun. We both sort of said fun.
But now I feel like you want to start serious.
No. We can start off fun. I'm going to get to it. Don't worry. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get it off my chest, and I'm going to get us canceled. But we'll get me canceled.
I'm not going down the cancel train with you. You know, I like to keep it very smooth sailing.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're going to start. Let's start off right. Let's start off with something we both love. WAP. Okay.
What did you think about the song in the video?
Come on, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. I love it. There's nothing you can not love about Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, and WAP. Okay? There's nothing you can debate. And all the people that are complaining about it all have DAP. Now, you can figure out what that is, but it's pretty obvious, okay? To me, that's the only way you can not like what went down.
I don't have a problem at all. I think it's almost encouraging to have two adults talking about their own bodies in whatever way they want to. We shouldn't have a problem with that. Nobody should have a problem with that. If you don't like the song, don't listen to it. But I'm not gonna act like two women, at the base, talking about a natural occurrence is the worst thing that has ever happened to music. Get a life. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. You don't have to listen to it. It's a lot of songs I don't listen to. A lot of whole genres I don't listen to. But the criticism of the song has just been ridiculous. Come on.
Listen here, okay? First of all, if you're not complaining, for all the men out there, if you don't complain when the men do this, who have been doing it since the birth of music, not just hip hop, don't complain now. I grew up on a song called Akinelli. Remember the song Akinelli?
No.
Just put it in your
yes.
In your
Yep, sure. Yep, got it. I totally remember that song.
Okay. I grew up on that. So if you didn't have a problem with the men doing it, don't have a problem with the women doing it. That's all I have to say about that.
Also remember a very famous 3-6 Mafia song. Juicy J wrote it when he was 16. People love it. Little Kim exists in this world. Okay. Exactly. And it's very celebrated. It's just they're having too much fun for the meanies. And it's just you guys got to relax.
And
just relax. If you don't like it, you don't have to.
You had, I'm trying to find a tweet. Yeah. You had people who are governors and senators commenting. Shut up.
Ridiculous.
You had one guy, see, I can't find it right now, James Bradley, who said, I accidentally. Oh,
that's right. He accidentally heard the song, right?
Heard the song. How do you act? It was streaming, okay? There was a video to it on YouTube.
That's the first on demand, right?
Yes, it didn't pop up on the radio at that point. You searched and listened to. Don't try to hide your love for Black women, because that's all it is. You love them, but with your little delegates, you got to say, that's nasty to me. Right.
Right. What else we got going on this week? I think we're on one.
We're in agreement. It's just point blank.
Nothing wrong with
exactly.
They were having so much fun too, and I think Cardi is still very much new to the game, but already a pro. Meg is super new to the game and already a pro, and I like the camaraderie. I like the solidarity. I like I loved the idea of the two of them doing a song together, and they very clearly had a lot of fun. So just relax.
Yeah, you
You know?
you only dislike WAP if you have dab. Knock it off. Okay, so the next thing let's go on to is Lauryn Hill and her daughter. Now I'm gonna
Yes.
let you sort of describe it a little bit because I didn't get the full detail. I got all my details from Twitter. I didn't actually see the video.
It was a long video. It initially started with a long video. It's her oldest daughter, Stella. I hope I'm saying her name right. It was right. Oh goodness.
All due respect. All due respect.
Yes, but and she's the cutest thing, and this is a grown woman. I think she's in her early 20s. But
that means we old. But when you say
it
that
does,
she's the cutest
so
thing
cute.
and she's 20
Yeah,
something.
and I still think people who are in their early 20s. I'm in my early 30s, and of course, I think people who are in their late teens and early, I think they're just cute, you know.
Oh, that's
But
cute.
she's a pretty girl, and she looks like her mother, and she had an Instagram live, and she later posted it to her Instagram page. And different thoughts after. There's been videos afterwards, follow-ups, but essentially she was talking about like her struggles with her father, who is Bob Marley's son. So her father is Rohan Marley.
Yes.
And so two famous parents. And she talked about how their relationship affected her growing up, how it affected her mother, how she felt like her father wasn't a part of her life as much as she would like him to be. And how, you know, she has the ability to work on that now, but still struggling with things, and how that affects her other relationships. And I thought there are going to be people who just find it salacious and gossipy, but it just felt like a really strong woman publicly working through childhood trauma in a really, you know, in a healthy way, and speaking about it in a really healthy way, and being super honest and open. And social media is garbage in some ways, but also it's an outlet for many people. It's a positive platform in other different ways. And I think that she is struggling with things that many people are struggling with. And I don't know, it was I like her. I don't know, it just seems like really proud of her. Like, life is not perfect, no matter who your parents are. And there was like a follow-up Instagram live, and someone asked like, why is your mom always late? And I mean, her answer was like, I don't know, you gotta ask her.
Classic Lauryn, man. But listen, when I saw it, I was just like, this is what a lot of families go through. I mean, she mentioned, you know, father not being around. Mother took out some of her frustrations on the kids because she was fighting with the father. And it's something that a lot of people go through. And, you know, she ended with love. Like, listen, I love my mom. You know, some of the issues she had, she's gotten over, and she's still working on it, right? Like it's a work in progress that everybody has to deal with when they go through their traumas. It doesn't just go away. You keep working on it. So like you, it was sort of like, all right, I'm proud. And I hope you get the love, and I hope you get the things you're looking for to heal. So it's the same thing there. I know, like you said, everybody, because it's famous people, they're gonna have their certain comments, their jokes, et cetera, et cetera. But again, you know, I always say I don't want people to do this on social media. Like, I'm always kind of like this is not the place. You know what I mean? Keep those things to yourself, because the social media can be a certain way. But then again, if that's what helps you heal by putting it out there, then, you know, do what's best for you. But it always makes me cringe a little bit, because I know what social media will do.
Right. You know how people are.
Yeah. So I think it's time for me to
get it out.
Get it out.
Listen, let me just sit back here. Get it out. Okay. What in the world?
It's just a lot of just blackness being trash, black males being trash.
Well,
salute to black women. I ain't got nothing to say about black women in this,
it's hard. You know,
this scenario.
We just usually get it all right. So
yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna go there. You know what I mean? But y'all hold it down, all right? But
we do
it's just
hold it down.
It's just idiocy, man. Like,
what happened?
First is Nick Cannon and DaBaby. Their support, and I said before, I'm not gonna talk about Kanye anymore. At least I'm gonna try not to. But the fact that Nick Cannon and DaBaby are out here like, I'm voting for Kanye, is so ludicrous to me. And it makes me look at individuals differently. Like Nick Cannon had he said some anti-Semitic things. As a community, we're forgiving. But then it's this. And it's almost like, all right, now that's strike 2 for me. It's like
they just want to start mess. Honestly,
like
you can't even take it seriously.
You
it is just.
But it's one of those things where it's just like, you see the state of Kanye. Like, I'm not voting for the man just because he's black. Like, his mental issues are documented. He's talked about his mental issues. You see the tomfoolery going on with Kanye, and you are going to tell your followers that you're okay with this and that you're still going to support him because he's the black man? No, look at what he's doing. Look how harmful he is. I'm sick of this whole, well, this person's evil and this person's, these both people are evil. They're both bad choices, so I'm not going to pick either one, or I'm going to pick the black one. Huh? There's a such thing as one being worse, way worse, right? Like this whole Hillary Clinton thing versus Trump thing. You're seeing that one was clearly way worse than the other. Now, I think Hillary Clinton didn't win because of misogyny, but that's a different story for a different day. But it's unbelievable. You see the harms. You see the thousands and hundreds of thousands of people who are dying just based off of a president. Not even based off of who you voted for other things. Just one man being there and doing what he does is getting people killed. And these stupid black men can't get that through their head. And they're going to vote for someone who is saying, I'm intentionally helping Trump. Right? Like he's working with Trump cabinet members for whatever he's doing. So that should tell you enough. But yet Nick Cannon and DaBaby are just going to do that. And you tie that in with 100 men who said, I'm only voting for Biden, you better pick a black woman or else I'm not going to vote for you. What kind of stance is that?
Well, I think they said, or you won't win.
But that was, the threat was, you won't win because we ain't voting for you and the black vote ain't going to be there. So let's just get Trump in there. Keep him.
Right. Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, obviously any threat to just not vote is always cringy. I think that was a threat to like force somebody who it had been reported, somebody who they wanted to support, right? But somebody who it had been reported was, deeply looking into Amy Klobuchar in the middle of everything that is going on in the world right now, right? And this reckoning that we're coming to, that was, deeply looking at like Amy Klobuchar and Gretchen Whitmer. And I think a lot of people were worried that, you talk about it in many different ways, but like the idea that, you had like these 5 Black women who were, and all of these were like rumors and what's being reported, but, one had been a career prosecutor and a United States senator, ran for president herself. You had 2 other Congress people. You had a lot of other people who had been in politics for a very long time. And the fear was that they were going to lose out on this opportunity to a first-term governor. Was frustrating to a lot of people. I don't know, maybe I didn't take that threat seriously. I took it as like and maybe I should have, because it was definitely what was said. So I can't say that. I think they meant something else. I can't say that. That's absolutely ridiculous of me. But it just felt like a lot of frustration and a lot of worry.
Yeah, but middle class and working and poor people are the ones who are going to follow through on your threat and going to do so in a
lot of
manner
people you're right, yeah.
That's going to hurt them. Like these rich and privileged people are making a whole lot of threats and doing a lot of things, and they won't be affected. Right? So you make this threat and say he doesn't pick a black woman. Now middle class and poor people don't vote for him, and the other side wins, and now they're going to be affected, while these rich people who made the threat aren't going to be affected at all. Like,
I get what you're saying.
You have to be more responsible than that. I'm not listening to Albie Shore and Al Harrington. Like, Knock it off. Am I wrong?
What's our next story?
I'm just you. It's just you. It just bothered me. And listen, I'm gonna
The
be honest
list
with
was
you.
phenomenal, by the way. It was, I couldn't have created it on my own. It was, at one point, I think writer Joel Anderson was like, is E40 on this list? I just thought it was.
I'm like, why would I listen? Why would I listen to any of these people? You notice it wasn't 100 black women that made that list. And where was all this energy before this? Where was all of this energy in signing things when Kamala was trying to run in the first place? Let me just say this real quick before we move on. My reaction to Kamala getting it was, okay, it is what it is. Let's do what we got to do. I'm be honest with you.
I respect your honesty.
I'm gonna just be, black women don't kill me. That was my reaction.
I mean, you're still, able to have your opinion. Who are you hoping for?
Elizabeth Warren. Oh, I knew Elizabeth Warren wasn't going to happen. I just felt like in where I am, we weren't able to vote because of the pandemic. At least
right, and
we were able to vote at a later
point.
date, but then everybody had dropped out because of the situation, so we never got to put our input. But that was my presidential. That was my, so I was holding on like I want her somewhere, even though I knew that wasn't going to happen.
So then who did you want once, like, deeply believing that it wasn't going to be her?
Nobody. Like, I didn't have, like, that was my own, honestly, that was my only, like, even with the research, I was just like, I don't love anybody. I love her. I don't love anybody else necessarily. I know there's Stacey Abrams, which is, seemed like a decent choice, but I think regardless, my reaction was going to be, okay.
Because it wasn't I get that. I respect that.
You know what I mean? It was like,
I
okay,
do think, like, listen, looking for somebody this is the most progressive ticket that we've ever had. It's not the most progressive possibility, right? That's just the fact of the matter. But it is the most progressive platform we've ever had. Senator Harris has one of the like furthest left like voting records in the Senate. Mm-hmm. It's obviously she's not as progressive as Elizabeth Warren, but
and she's black. She's black. Can people stop it on Twitter? She's black. You know what? She's African American. You know where Jamaicans came from? I'm half Jamaican also. They came from Africa.
Right. Okay? At what point did we stop? Like, did we stop agreeing that Jamaican people were black? And also, like, I don't have a problem with people who are, Jamaican American or who are Haitian, people who are Dominican, who want to be called black and not necessarily African American. But we can't say she's not black.
Yeah.
And also, I think the term like African American was used because it was better than what was before. Mm-hmm. But the most inclusive term is black.
Yes.
So, like, if you're a black person in France, you're not African American, but you're still black. Like, there's no region that makes you like, what? This is a black woman. She's also Indian. Yeah. Like, chill.
Yeah. So they claim her.
Both things can happen at once. They literally did.
Yeah. She's American, and half of her is African descent.
Exactly.
And half of her is African descent. Exactly. So shut up with that. Like, that was just.
This is a proud black woman.
Annoying.
She's proud of like every aspect of like her heritage and her mother and her father. And stop being gross.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we gonna end on a fun note. Netflix released a slew of what I call mid. Did
you say mid?
Yes. A slew
about some of the I'm sorry, hold on.
A slew of mid.
This is what's gonna get you canceled. This is raggedy.
Moesha is mid. Parker's is garbage. Sister is high level mid. They're all mid versions, right? They're not high nothing. They're not classics. Okay, half and half is low level mid. That's a fact.
Here's the thing. I think that a lot of these sitcoms had I don't even know I think Moesha is first of all, Girlfriends is one of the greatest sitcoms that has ever existed. And I don't know a better one. Okay. I know that everybody who's a man thinks Martin is the best, but it's
No, I
number
don't.
2.
I don't.
What's your favorite comedy?
It's the
from
Fresh
the
Prince.
90s.
It's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's
Okay, that's number 3 for me.
It's not.
I really like Martin.
It's not close. And the Fresh Prince
Girlfriends
of
is
Bel-Air,
unstoppable.
I get it. Who are you?
A mixture between.
Who are you? Are you Joan?
No, I'm like a mixture between like Tony and Joan and the Little Maya.
Oh, you Tony.
I think Tony was really mean and awful. Relax.
My bad.
You are who you surround yourself with. So if I'm awful,
I'm that too.
You're boo-boo, the awful hanging fool. Okay. No.
But
I just think Girlfriend's one of the greatest TV shows that ever existed. It's my all-time. My second.
Girlfriends was good.
It was good. It's not mid. The Game, I also think those first seasons before.
The Game had 2 decent seasons, and it was
3
trash after that.
It had 3 good seasons.
2. Then it moved to BET and got trash.
I think it moved after the 3rd season.
Whatever. 2 seasons. I'm giving you 2.
Oh my God. Okay. The Game was terrific. Jason Pitts was one of the funniest TV characters ever.
Jason Pitts was hilarious. He's the best thing about the show.
Relax. Oh my God.
Yes.
Moesha was a great TV show. Moesha, the character, was a horrible person.
So let's talk about that. Everybody's talking about that on the show Moesha. And so I've watched the first 6 episodes.
You've seen it before though, right?
Yeah, I've seen it, but you don't remember because everyone was talking about how toxic everybody the father
Frank
was
Mitchell
and how much of Moesha was a brat. But I didn't remember it like that. So I had to watch I've only gotten through the first 6. But I don't feel like they're that bad.
I don't feel like it's like to the level of like being problematic. I think that I haven't seen it to the point to where like, oh, this show doesn't hold up. I think that there were a lot of things that were bad, and there were little things that I wish that that weren't perfect, that were bad. There were a lot of things, a lot of like Frank's behavior was checked by D.
That's what I was gonna say.
And that's nice to see. I do think that I have a theory that if you really think about it, the main character on most TV shows is an insufferable trash person. Because think about it, like how else could they be entertaining?
That is true. Moesha got into
a lot they're usually like bad friends. They are. Think about it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't feel like Moesha was bad and a brat. I didn't think Frank was that bad just because he always got checked. So it was kind of a situation that I liked. Like it was almost progressive in a way for an early 90s show to be like, no, you're going to listen. I'm the queen of the house. She was the queen of that house. She was the king of the house. She was the leader. And she got checked when Frank wanted to do his little misogyny thing. So I like that. It was.
There were a couple things though. Like there was like
positive
clearly
view.
I'm sorry.
No,
yeah, you're right. There was an obsession with fat jokes though. There was a little homophobia. I'm in season 2.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, I've seen that so far.
Q is not it's not how I remembered it.
Who? Q?
Yeah.
Who's Q again? I'm not up to that.
Moesha's boyfriend, Fredro Starr.
Oh yeah, Fredro.
I don't know how to explain that. How I'm like, oh my goodness, everything is a lie. I don't know all my memories.
It's because it was because back then you was a down south woman who loved you, a northern thug, a northern G who talked that talk. That's what it was. Back in the 90s.
So. But what's changed? I still feel like.
No, back in the 90s, us northern dudes can come down, put our accent on a little bit extra, and was loved. That's why.
Maybe. No, maybe. Maybe that's
let me say this. Hakeem is the man.
He's just a great person.
He's a great person. He's a great friend. He checks everybody for their stupid behavior. He's the star so far in the first 6 episodes for me.
That is my favorite. My favorite like dynamic on the show is how like Frank very begrudgingly, but like how they welcome him as like another son, as like a brother, until him and Moesha start making out. And that's later on. But that's one of my favorite. Just that like they welcomed him into their family. Did you get to the episode yet where he owed Moesha money?
Yeah.
Okay, that was like a heartbreaking episode for me. Oh my God, I love Hakeem so much. Just
why every show in the 90s had an annoying neighbor.
Everybody, yeah, and they didn't treat them with the respect they deserve. Marcus Houston.
Yeah, but they were like Roger. The stars. Marcus Houston, Jazz, Fresh Prince, like it was always
Bruh Man.
Yeah, there was always an annoying neighbor, but
no, it was Bruh Man wasn't the annoying neighbor. It was Shanae.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, you're right. Everybody had like, but yeah, I think for me, Moesha was such a cool show because like one, it was like a sitcom about a young Black girl. That's who I was. And also I loved Brandy. We all did. And we got to see Brandy like star in a TV show. So if you like were like a big fan of hers, it was just like double the fun. I don't know.
I love Brandy, and Angel in Disguise is in my top 20 R&B songs. But
Never Say Never is an amazing album.
But it's a mid. It's that Moesha's mid. It's
all right, bye. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like sometimes you just say stuff. You're saying stuff just like DaBaby talking about you crazy if you think I'm not gonna vote for Kanye. Now you're crazy.
Okay. I apologize for hurting your feelings. Some people like mid.
I mean, you're hurting the feelings like of honesty and truth. But I mean, do you?
Some people like mid. I respect
Some
it.
people like mid. That's what you're doing. That's interesting. That's what you're doing right now. I find this interesting. Okay.
I mean, some people prefer Applebee's. It's cool. Applebee's is delicious.
You're comparing Moesha to Applebee's. That's what you're doing right now?
Applebee's is delicious.
You're comparing Moesha to Applebee's, but that's what's happening right now?
That makes sense. Applebee's is delicious. I used to love Applebee's.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate you joining in.
Great dessert with the ice cream and the brownie. Like, you know what I mean? Applebee's. I'll go to Applebee's.
At least give her like Chili's.
It's still mid. Applebee's better than Chili's. Chili's
is better than Applebee's. All right, here. This is what we're now going to do.
Oh, okay. I apologize. Cheesecake Factory. You know what? Before we stop.
I respect Cheesecake Factory. Listen.
No.
I can't fool nobody who is too good for Cheesecake Factory, okay?
I have decided, and maybe this may be a bad food take, that Cheesecake Factory is better than Ruth Chris.
All right.
That's nuts. Cheesecake
Factory, you know, it's the pandemic. I think you need to get out of the house.
Has better dessert. The mashed potatoes at Ruth Chris are awful. The steak is cool, it's good, but a $52 steak, it is not. Cheesecake.
Nobody does that perfect salt and pepper, crispy, crunchy layer. Like, they just.
Cheesecake Factory.
Ruth's Chris is my favorite chain steakhouse.
Yeah.
That and like Trulux, if you could say Trulux is a chain.
I never had that. But yeah, I'm sorry. But that's just maybe my bad food take, and we should.
Sorry, bad TV, bad food. You didn't have a bad rapper take today, so I respect it. All right.
Your hate is strong, but I'm gonna let you.
I don't think that people.
But I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you live.
Saying I'm the hater, but that's okay.
I'm gonna let you live, Black Queen. I'm gonna let you live. Okay. You can hate me all you want. Black men deserve to be trashed this week, so I will.
First of all, I don't hate black men. You do.
I mean, they trash this week. I mean, I've heard you hate black men too.
First of all, I'm a lover of black men. I think when you love somebody, you check them.
Mm-hmm. And you hate them sometimes. It's okay.
No,
I know there's some men right now you wish you could call out, but you're not.
No, I don't know them.